Hey, my name is Edin. Welcome to our YouTube channel. If you are new here, my wife and I are known as Hustlin' Hooks. We are continuously updating and giving free information out on Instagram. In fact, we'll be live on YouTube, and specifically, I'll be live on YouTube tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about numbers, tracking, what's important to keep track of as you're maybe considering turning this hobby of reselling into more of a business of reselling. So we'll talk about that. The reason why you should listen to me, talk about numbers. I have 14 years experience in manufacturing, distribution, and logistics, and that many years of professional spreadsheet usage with Excel, going anywhere from manufacturing, statistical analysis, to very straightforward functions. I'm an expert in the basics of Excel, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. In this quick video, I just wanted to show you what sold over the weekend for us. We had a total of 20 sales, 19 or 20 sales, relatively slow day, but I wanted to expand your mind on some of the things you can flip and kind of show you how simple these items are, because none of these items here that we sold over the weekend are anything spectacular where it'll be so impossible for you to find. These are just things that we've learned about over time, and we just continuously flip for profit. We've done it now for 1 year, and year two, we're projecting to sell over $100,000 doing this on the side, and also living our lives. So let's get right into the video. So here's kind of a pan over of all the items that sold this weekend for us. So you can see the variety that we sell, but we tend to stay within one or two categories. Typically it's vintage, like the toy back in the corner. It's a Fisher Price toy. High-end or higher-end clothing, older electronics, shoes, hashtag pots and pans, and then a couple of miscellaneous items. So let's start with the jeans. On average, these have sold for about $37, some for $45, some for $30. Two of them from Posh or on Posh, and the rest on eBay. The first one is a Source of Wisdom brand. These are Torrid jeans. They're a larger size. They sold on Posh for $30, and they pay for shipping. Next one, a pair of Buckle. Buckle is a great brand for us. We just find it all the time, BKE or Buckle. They go for about 100, 120 new, so the resale value is pretty good on them. We sold these for $35 on Poshmark. We paid $5 a piece at our local Goodwill for those. Next up, I found these pair of True Religion made in USA. At the same time I found those Torrid or Source of Wisdoms. These sold for $36. We pay shipping. It'll cost $7.52 to ship those out in a padded flat rate envelope. Also paid $5. And then these two sold to the same person. These are older Buckle. I found a deal for like 15 pair, and I paid $15 a piece. There's only a few of them left. These sold for $45 each with free shipping, but I'll be able to stuff both in one poly mailer and then stuff that into a padded envelope for $7.52. So we actually gained $7.52 because the same person bought both. And they're a bit distressed, but they still sold for $45 each. Next up, we have shoes. First, these Hoka sandals we picked up at Goodwill for $4 or $5. They're like new. Hoka is definitely a BOLO brand if you're not aware of them. They're a high-end, high-performance, primarily marathon running shoe, but these sandals. So $35 on Instagram, no fees. They'll ship first class because they are super lightweight. These Clarks, these chukka style boots do really well for us. These are a little bit beat up, but they still sold for $44 shipped. It'll cost us about $8 to ship these. These Nine West shoes, we would never pick these up. This is just a crazy deal where I had bought something from another reseller, and she was about to donate like 30 pairs of shoes back to Goodwill because they weren't selling for her. So we on average paid 70 cents per pair, and this 70 cents turned into a $20 sale. It'll cost about $9 or $10 to ship these out. And then finally, these Allen Edmonds sold for 90 shipped. Allen Edmonds is a great brand. They retail for about $200 to $400 brand new. This older style, these Key Largos, they sold for 90 shipped. I paid about $30 in a bundle deal. Next up, we have a couple miscellaneous items. This is a V Barbie game. Paid about $1 for it. That sold on eBay for $18 free shipping. It'll ship for about $4 first class. This Marilyn Monroe Christmas ornament, we have zero into it. It just came from our stuff. It sold for $20, pretty fast, free shipping. This will ship first class as well for about $5.70. It's less than a pound, but it's a little bit bulky. And then this piece is off of a juicer, a Jack LaMan's. Already 100% into profit as I sold the pusher for 15. This piece sold for 15. This is the blade with the screws. I paid $7 for the entire unit, so that's all of our money back. Next up, this Magnavox Turbo Base. We do relatively well with these bigger units. This is going to be the most difficult item for me to ship, but it's just going to be a bunch of bubble wrap. It's going to Texas. It'll probably cost about $20 to $25 to ship it. We sold it for $70. We have $10 into it. This Star Wars Imperial Star Destroyer. This is a 3D puzzle. So for $30, have about $5 into it from a garage sale. And then this Fisher Price incomplete set. That's a bit beat up. This is from the, what is it, 70s? It's from 1967. It does move, I think. It does, if you can hear that. That's a key thing with these ones. This is the 4th or 5th that we've sold. It's incomplete, but it does come with a decent amount of accessories, including the silo. That sold for $60 shipped. It'll cost about $20 to ship it. I paid $1.99 in a Goodwill. And the Goodwill manager admitted that this was a mistake. It should have gone in their online store. But hey, their mistake, our profit. And you can see it's relatively beat up, but it still fetched $60 shipped, which is pretty nice. Even the lithograph on this side is torn off. Next, pots and pans. Hashtag pots and pans forever. This Calphalon sold for $40 shipped. We have about $6 into it off of, I believe this came from Goodwill. I'm not 100% sure. If it came from Goodwill, probably $4.99. And then this Pampered Chef, I actually took a risk. You can see what I paid for it. I'm sorry, this is what they wanted for it, but I bought all 4 different styles. And this one is like new condition. It does have some blemishing, but it has the original box. This one sold for $55 shipped, going to Oklahoma with the lid. I paid $3.75. I made a bulk deal at a garage sale. I didn't look this one up. Experience is what I used on this. Pampered Chef, not a great brand in general, but I saw that it's made in USA, which is a key indicator on a lot of pots and pans that we resell. And it was also stoneware, which is a little bit more high end and a little bit harder to find in excellent condition. And this old teapot, which is pretty beat up, I'm not sure if it's full copper or copper plated. I honestly couldn't tell you. But it sold for $29. I'm not really sure what that says on the bottom. Made in England. So honestly, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's probably plated. It might not be. It's definitely old. Found it at Goodwill for about $5 and it sold for $29. It'll cost about $10 to ship this thing out. So the next step is to go ahead and package all this up. It'll take me about an hour, which is something that you really want to be mindful of because time is money. So even though you might be doing this for fun or a side income, it's still your time that has to be valued. So I'll pack all this up and then we'll do some math and see how much we actually earned off of these sales. And a quick reminder, before you ship anything out, double check exactly what it is. So of those 5 or 6 pairs of jeans, I'm going to double check all of them before I pack them. Also with these heels, even though it's just a $20 sale, you just want to make sure you got the right stuff in the right box. Sorry, that interrupted. We just made a sale of a vintage sweater that Melinda listed today. Anyways, because most of the time we're going to have more of the same type of item, you want to make sure that the right stuff goes to the right person because it's just going to cost you money and it's going to make that person unhappy. So I'm going to just double check to make sure. Same with this one, you know, we have another set similar to it. So I'm going to double check all the blemishes just to make sure it's the right one that's going out. I had to share this because it just doesn't happen very often. But check out how beautifully and perfectly this shoebox fits in the shoebox. Every reseller knows that this is like the dream. Let's take a moment to appreciate this. It's appreciated. Here's that Hard Rock Made in USA vintage piece that just sold. We paid about 10 cents for this piece in a huge haul. Check that video out if you haven't already. It's the Everything is a Dime sale video that we have uploaded. It weighs about 1 pound and 7 ounces, so this is perfect for jeans. Anything over 1 pound, it'll ship $7.52 with that padded envelope. You just got to stuff it in there. On to packing these 2 buckles. Wanted to share this tip. Mona came up with this because we had so many of the same brand, similar style, similar sizes. She labeled each one specifically and then attach this sticker onto the jeans, and then in our custom SKU, she put down the J2. These are the number ones, and then J2 number threes. That way it's super easy to identify, pull, and ship. So just a quick tip for you guys as far as inventory control goes. So these two in this bag, it's pretty full, but put a lot of pressure on it this way and do my best to stretch this over and seal it. $7.52 for the win, flat rate. Up next, I'm getting this Pampered Chef stoneware ready to go. I'm leaving this on here because I really don't care. We showed the $5 sticker or marker on the pictures for the sale, so that doesn't bother me. Someone pointed out, like, you sent it out like that? Yeah, who cares? They bought it. It doesn't matter what I paid for it. Think about any retail store. Do you care what they paid to get that manufactured and placed onto that shelf? No, you just care about the item and how much you're going to pay for it. So in the comments below, let me know, would you ship this in this box, the original box, or would you do what I'm doing and put it in another box to protect the original box? Also, we would appreciate it if you hit the like button on this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, if you want to continue to see this type of content. Anyways, let me know in the comments below, would you ship it as is in the original box, or would you rebox it to protect it? Of course, I saved the two most difficult items to package for last. Here's the current stack. Yeah, we're almost done. So next up, I'm packaging up this Magnavox old boombox. And I'm starting with a pretty large package. And I want to show you how you can save a ton of money shipping something like this. So it's really hard to find a box that's going to fit this exactly. So you're going to have to find bigger boxes. Usually these are dumpster dives for us, and we find them for free. So let's find out the exact measurement if I can get this with one hand. I can't. So the box currently is 24 by 18 by 19. I'm gonna reduce this drastically just using this reduction tool and also using a knife. I'm gonna pat it well. So we're gonna see what 24 times 18 times 19 with the same weight would cost us to ship versus what this will turn into. So stay tuned for that. In order to reduce the size of this box, first we scored the edges and then we cut until that score mark. And I've also marked roughly where I need to shorten the bottom. So I'm going to take this out, cut the line here, fold it inwards, cut all four corners, fold it on top, make sure that it has enough padding around it, and go ahead and close up the box. So currently I cut off the bottom and I folded these two in. And now I'm just going to take this flap and fold it over and start taping, and then I'm going to reduce the height of the box. Here's my final product. Just like me, this box is not pretty. However, it works and I work, so it's okay. We've resized a lot of boxes and we've never had anyone complain about it. They just want to make sure that the product gets there safely. And the last piece that we need to resize, this is really easy. It's just going to be the height. I'm going to just stuff this with craft paper to prevent it from shaking around. Got a nice thick box for it. It's going international, so I really want to protect it, especially something like this where it's 90s Star Wars. I want to keep it in good condition. So I was able to reduce this Magnavox box into 24 by 11 by 11. So we'll see what that will cost us compared to what it would have cost us to use a giant box and not resize it. So I was concluding packaging, and these two sold as well during that time. Another BKE denimed pair of jeans sold for $35. These are women's, paid $5 for them. And this Merrill jacket with a couple of small defects. Had like a little flaw there and a couple of little flaws on the sleeves, I think. Doesn't matter. It sold for $35 as well, picked it up for $7. So again, these are gonna go in padded flat rate envelopes and we'll add them to the stack. It's time to get all the labels created, and that'll get us to the math part of how much we actually made. Let's see if trimming that box actually made a difference. So originally, the weight is going to be the same, so it's 1210, although it would have been a little bit heavier if we did not trim the box. Originally, it was 24 by 18 by 19. And it would have cost, obviously USPS is going to be ridiculous at $66. FedEx I expect to be around 30. Let's take a look. FedEx home delivery, $30.71. So $30.71. So now with our new dimensions, 24 by 12 by 11. Let's take a look. FedEx, $17. So we saved about half on shipping by trimming that box. All right, everything has been boxed up. All the labels have been purchased. Let's do some math and figure out how much money we actually made off of these sales, how many sales we made, the averages, the shipping cost, what service we used to ship, and so on. Okay, let's get into the numbers. So what does all of this mean in reality? We had 20 sales. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Although Friday was super slow and we already shipped those orders, so we didn't count them. So this is just Saturday and Sunday. $839 gross sales. That means that's how much in total was paid to us. The cost of goods. This is where you're going to make or break your business, keeping your expenses low. The most expensive items that we sold this weekend, the Allen Edmonds shoes, we paid $30 for. And the 2 buckle jeans, we paid $15 each for. So that's $60. So almost half of this is in those 3 items. Our approximate fees are about 14% currently. That's how much we have to pay to PayPal and eBay. We have not yet shipped or switched over to managed payments. Shipping cost us $145 on estimate. The bigger stuff shipped between $15 and $17 via FedEx. The smaller stuff shipped in flat rate envelopes or first class. The amount of taxes we're going to pay on a net is about $113, which leaves us $339 in the bank. So of course, that's roughly $450 net, but taxes, of course, you have to pay at the end of the year. In this example, I just took them out. So for us, $839 means $339 in the bank. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do take a moment, subscribe, leave a comment, like, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.